Alright, so we've been getting a lot of news lately about the manga, and it's looking like December is the biggest month we've had for it, with the anime announcement that just got released and the news that we're getting 2 chapters this month. So with round 5 officially coming to an end in a couple days, I just wanted to talk about the highly anticipated round 6, especially since I think we actually might be getting into it with this month's chapter. So I just want to spur some discussion here about any potential fighters we could be getting and make a case for them. So of course, please let me know what you guys think. Future fighters is always something fun to talk about, and I'd for sure like to hear some potential matchups besides my own. So yeah, let's get into it. I think a really obvious one now is Okita versus Loki, and I don't think I'm alone in suspecting these two will be the ones fighting sometime sooner or later, because I feel like we're already being foreshadowed to this, especially in chapter 30, where we see Loki at the end of round 4 wondering who's gonna be fighting up next, and then we just randomly get introduced for the first time to Okita in the same chapter, and he's blatantly just wondering the exact same thing. And who can forget chapter 33, where we get that famous confrontation between Loki and Buddha, when not only Kojiro comes out to defend Buddha, but Okita does too, and he even changes his attitude once he notices Loki start to taunt them, going from battle hungry to just instantly pissed. So there's clear beef now between both of these guys, and I think just like how Kojiro was able to persuade Brunhild to fight in round 3 for them when she's with Grohl and Hurst, thinking about who to send out against Poseidon, I think we could also get something similar. Like maybe Okita comes out to Bruin behind the scenes and tells her like, hey, whenever that dude Loki fights, just let me know, because I don't see why not. I think this would be kind of interesting to see for the first time a fight between 2 characters that already have a slight history to them, and I think that's kind of what the authors might be alluding to here. But the only thing about this matchup is if the authors again want to give this fight more history between Okita and Loki, I think round 6 might be a little too early. Then maybe they'll fight like round 7 or 8. I don't know. I just think it needs more build up if this is the direction it's gonna go, which would be pretty cool since we're already getting some backstage action anyway, so any more of that is entirely possible. But at the same time, I still think if they actually fight in round 6 regardless, that could also turn out fine as well, especially if Shiva loses round 5, because then that would mean the gods are now officially desperate for a win and would want to send someone strong out ASAP. So it could definitely be Loki, considering how strong the Norse gods are looking right after Thor won. So ultimately, I expect Okita versus Loki happening pretty soon if it's actually going to be the fight. Alright, so this next one is definitely a hot take in my opinion, and it's Chen Huang versus Bisha Monten. And I'm sorry if I butchered that name for anyone out there. I'm not fluent in Chinese, I swear, but yeah, Chen Huang versus Bisha. So out of all the gods so far, Bisha is actually who I'm personally most excited to see fight. And if I had to make a guess, gun to my head, I actually would have said Bisha versus Chen would have been my best guess for a while now. Firstly, I will say I think the reason we got to see fighters like Okita, Buddha, and Bisha, so early on, not to mention in the middle of round 5, is simply because, they're gonna be fighting soon. I think them being introduced this early is just setting up the stage for them, giving them some hype and background, and push the side story we're getting of things happening outside of the tournament. This is one of the main reasons I don't think Simo is going to be fighting anytime soon, and I know he's gotten, a lot of hype since his character design got revealed sometime last year, but it wasn't, anywhere in the manga just yet. So I think Aji Chika just wanted to, please the fans on Twitter and just show them a character design for the sake of it, which is absolutely cool. I think it was really great that they did that, but I don't think it affects, the story in such a way that it must mean Simo is fighting next because he won in a poll for a character design reveal. However, Chin being revealed is completely unprecedented, unlike with Simo, because this is completely random how he got revealed. I mean, we were only waiting on seeing Chin because Aji Chika posted his design on Twitter, which was, a blurred silhouette, but no one expected the blurred silhouette of him either. So this came as a surprise to everyone. This is happening out of nowhere, but I think it serves the same purpose as to, why we saw Buddha, Okita, and Bisha so early on, and that is, it's because they will be fighting very soon. And I think it means the same for Chin, meaning even if he doesn't fight Bisha, I think this is alluding to him appearing in the main story sometime very soon. But if Bisha versus Chin actually happens, I would say them fighting makes more sense of it happening sooner than any other potential matchups right now, especially considering how I feel about Okita versus Loki and how 100% locked in it is, but still think their fight can be, somewhat premature if it happens in round 6. That would just leave Chin out in the open and available for fighting as soon as round 6. Of course, I only feel this way because I'm defending the Chad war god Bisha against the Chad, cool, calm, and collected Warlord Chin as a matchup that just sounds right in my head. So I wouldn't be surprised if I came out completely wrong on this. But yeah, this is, you know, all just for fun anyway, so I don't mind how wrong I end up being. I just agree with the compatibility between Chin and Bisha here, similar to how we got, you know, Jack versus Heracles or Lubu versus Thor. So take that for what you will, of course, but please let me know if this is something you're on board with. I'm interested to know if this is something anyone else can see besides me. Also, because I don't see Buddha or Odin fighting anytime soon, mainly because I think Buddha has so many more questions that need answers regarding, you know, what his backstage plot is all about, and Odin, who gives off so much, you know, final boss vibes to fight this early in Ragnarok. That just leaves Bisha now, who, like Chin, is open and ready to fight. So I hope this is what is gonna eventually happen, but again, prepared to being wrong here as well. Now, as much as I can theory craft on any other matchups beside Okita versus Loki or Bisha versus Chin, this would just end up being like an hour-long video, most likely debating with myself why and why not Apollo versus Simo sounds good or not. So I'm just gonna save myself the trouble of doing that with any other matchups as well, because I feel somewhat confident with these four guys fighting relatively soon, just going on context clues. So I'm gonna roll with this, but let me know what you guys think. I'm happy to hear what anyone else has to say about Bisha, because, you know, I really don't see much talk on him. So yeah, let me know what you guys have to say. If you want to see more, please consider subscribing. That'd be awesome. And if you like the video, please leave a like. I will greatly appreciate it. And yeah, that's all from me, guys, and happy holidays.